What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Racsim, and I am back with another video. If you guys are new to this channel, make sure you like, watch, comment, of course subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Snapchat at Racsim. We all know about everything that's going on in the world right now with the Black Lives Matter and the killing of innocent black people, and just so much, the riots, the protesting, and just all the craziness that's going on. I thought a good topic to talk about is racism in the military. Now, for me, like I said, I've been in for 6 years. I am an African American female. A lot of people think I'm mixed with stuff, but no, I'm 100% black, and I'm 100% proud of being black and all that. I have a black son, so this topic is definitely important to me. And I'm not trying to bash anybody that's in the military or nothing like that, because personally I have never experienced racism in the Army. However, like I said, with everything that's going on right now, I follow a lot of people on social media that are in the Army or have been in the Army and got out, and the stuff that they write on there and the posts that I'm seeing from people that are active duty or that was active duty, like, it's crazy. All the stuff, like, I'm gonna insert some shit that I just been seeing people that I knew personally in the Army, and I never would have thought that these people had these types of feelings. So for me personally, I have never experienced racism, and I think racism stems from ignorance, honestly. Like, racism is a form of ignorance, point blank, period. And nobody is born a racist. Nobody is born hating other people with different skin colors or nothing like that. However, they're taught. People are taught how to be racist. And the thing that I love about the Army is that we are so diverse. Like, it's so many people that join the Army from all walks of life. So I have met so many different people. I have worked with so many different people, and just the thought that there are still racist people in the military is just crazy. Or not even in the military, like, the thought that it's racist people in the world is just crazy to me. Like, we have came so far, but yet not far enough for stuff like this to continue to happen. So as you guys know, in the military, like, you really have to keep your views and opinions to yourself a majority of the time, because, like, if you watch my previous videos on the things I don't like about the Army, is pretty much you belong to the military. So everything you say, everything you do can be held against you in a negative way and can impact your career. So that's why a lot of military people try to keep their opinions and stuff to themselves, but sometimes they don't. You can't talk about racism without talking about being prejudiced or discrimination, because those both go hand in hand. So I definitely think that everybody has prejudices. They don't want to admit it most of the time, but, like, we all have internal prejudices. I don't even know how to say the goddamn word. Prejudices, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, we all have that. So prejudice is a preconceived opinion that is not based on reason or actual experience. So this is pretty much just like something like all Asians are smart or something like that. Like, this is just something that you grew up from society learning, or maybe from your family or watching TV. Like, all different types of things can make you have a prejudice against a certain group of people. But unless you meet all those people, like, these aren't based on facts. Discrimination is the unjust or prejudicial treatment of different categories of people or things, especially on the grounds of race, age, and sex. And then racism is prejudice, discrimination directed against someone of a different race based on the belief that one's own race is superior. And those are the 3 definitions. So me personally, like I said, I think a person can have a prejudice against somebody but not be a racist. And even though in the definition it says that racism is a prejudice. I have heard horror stories about racism in the military. For example, my wife just got out the army, but she was in for 8 years, whatever. And she would tell me about her first sergeant and how he would call a white person out of the formation and have him standing in front of formation and talk about his haircut and how this is the way that you're supposed to wear your hair, and if you have curly hair or whatever, it shouldn't look like that. Like, just crazy stuff. And I'm like, bro, did nobody report him or call ID or EO? Like, how is he getting away with saying stuff like that? I personally wish somebody would call a white girl out in front of formation and be like, yeah, this is what your hair is supposed to look like. It's supposed to be nice and straight and like, what? Like, black girls, we don't have that hair, and hair is a real big topic for me when it comes to not really racism or just prejudices and ignorance. Like I said, it's all ignorance. So me, when I had my bobbin, y'all saw the video that I just did about saving in the military, like, that was a wig. I usually wear my hair and stuff like this. Like right now I gotta braid it, or I'll wear little individuals, whatever, and then on the weekends I'll have it curly or whatever. So everybody's like, oh, I like your hair, I like your hair, I like your hair. I'm just like, thank you. Like, so you don't like my natural hair or whatever? But we have different types of hairs, and there's nothing wrong with that. And one of my biggest pet peeves is when people say good hair. What is good hair? What defines good hair? Is it what society defines good hair, which is straight and long? Like, all hair is good hair, point blank, period. No matter how short it is, how much the curly texture it is, how many coils you have, like what color it is, like all hair is good hair. So when people say things like, oh, your hair is nappy, or oh, is that your real hair? Because every time I see it, it's curly or nappy or whatever. Like, what? y'all blowing me, like. And like, again, like, it's not all racist stuff. Like, sometimes it really is just ignorance. Like, I remember I had went to a brief to I think it was Kuwait. I want to say it was Kuwait, and we were having a brief, and we were just talking about our backgrounds, and somebody said the first time that he met a black person was when he joined the army, and he was like 20 something when he joined the army, but before then he had never met a black person, and his family was kind of racist and told him all different types of things about black people. So when he got in the army, he was kind of skeptical, like, I don't know if I want to talk to that person because of this whatever. And then he said that when he deployed, like, he became battle buddies with a black guy, and they were freaking best friends after that. He took him to meet his family and everything. And so it's just, sometimes people don't think about things that they say, and it comes off as racist. And I'm not saying that everybody in the military is like this, because again, it's just how some people were raised. So no, I don't think that people are intentionally racist in the military. Of course, there are those people that really are. But I just think it's ignorant. One good thing about the military is that we have programs like equal opportunity to help minimize racism. Like, if somebody says something to me that I don't like, and I feel like it was discriminating me or something that was racist, I can go talk to the EO personnel and handle the situation. So EO is super important when it comes to the military, and when you join, it's super important to have an open mind and be ready to meet all different types of people. Of course, you're not gonna like everybody. Some people are gonna definitely rub you the wrong way, but you still need to respect each other. It doesn't matter how you feel about me because the color of my skin, or this, that, and the third. As long as you respect me and my opinions and my views, that's all that matters. Like, when we put this uniform on, we're not supposed to see nothing but this uniform. We're not supposed to see color. We're not supposed to see race. We're not supposed to see gender. We're not supposed to see sexual orientation. We're not supposed to see none of that. We're supposed to see this uniform, because this uniform is what unites us. And it's just crazy that people who wear this uniform, who are African American males, when they take the uniform off, they still have to fear other people in the world because of the color of their skin. So racism definitely exists in the military, but it's not everybody. But racism exists, like, no matter where you go, you know what I'm saying? So just because you're in the army, it exists. Some people hide it well, some people mask it well. The thing about people that are racist, like, nobody is going to blatantly come out and be like, yeah, I'm a racist. I don't like Spanish people, I don't like black people, I don't like Russian people, whatever. However, you're going to be able to tell when somebody is racist, because you're going to tell by how they talk to people. In situations that's happening right now in America, you're going to see the stuff that they post, the stuff that they repost, the stuff that they comment under, the little slick jokes they make or slick comments they make. Like, you're going to be able to tell eventually. Like, it may not show when you first meet them, but over time, you're going to gradually see the stuff that be like, oh, I don't think this person is right or whatever. If you're racist and you are in the military, don't worry. Like, it's gonna come out eventually. You're gonna post something, you're gonna say something, and you're gonna get kicked out for it. Like, point blank, period. So if you're actually in the army right now, or you're in basic training or AIT, and you suspect that somebody is racist or has prejudice or is discriminating against you or your battle buddies, like, you need to report them. Like, report them to EO, report them to your sergeant, like, report them. In order to make our army a better army. Like, we don't need racist people in the military. Like, what is that? If you're racist, you don't deserve to fucking be my battle buddy, or you don't deserve to be wearing this uniform. Like, we represent a higher standard, so racism is not one of them. Racism, sexism, everything, discrimination, prejudices, like, no, you don't need to be in the army at all. And like I said, I can't really comment on everything else that's going on in the world, but I do definitely, like I said, have strong feelings towards it. But it's just not my place to say this is right, this is wrong, because people are entitled to how they feel, and they have every right to feel that way. But this wasn't supposed to be a long video, whatever. If you guys have any opinions or what y'all think, or definitely leave it in the comments below. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully I gave y'all a little insight on the military life and when it comes to racism.